Hey guys, alright, well in this video we're going to take a look at Project Sam's The Free Orchestra. Now they have two versions of this library, the Free Orchestra 1 and the Free Orchestra 2. I'm going to go ahead and just play through this composition, and then we're going to get in to talk about some of the individual patches. You can do a ton with this, so without further ado, let's dig in. Okay, so just a short cue, but pretty powerful stuff. Now, you'll notice here at the bottom, these are some instruments that I supplemented. They're not from the Free Orchestra, but everything here in red and yellow is the Free Orchestra. Red is the Free Orchestra 1, yellow is the Free Orchestra 2. And you can see in total 29 instruments that we get with these. So let's go ahead and just dig into some of them. We'll just start at the top. So Power Strike, this is from their library, the full library, just some limited hits, but very useful. Get the Gran Casa, some toms, very powerful. We get some snare layer, and some cymbals. Let's see, will the cymbal trigger? It's not wanting to trigger. There we go. So pretty powerful stuff, pretty useful. You'll notice here the way that I'm doing it, I'm stacking it with the lineage percussion below, but here's just adding multiple hits of that power strike, and then you can see when I combine it with the lineage percussion, and now together. That's a little thin sounding, right? So pretty massive. And then we get these 2D hits, which the 2D is, just is hits from the orchestra. So only one of them is like a drum sound. So that's useful. The other stuff, it's not unuseful. It's just tonally, right? Little stabs and crescendos, that kind of stuff. So for me, what was useful was that big hit. And you'll notice that's what opens the track. Right, so pretty powerful stuff there. The choir, really a beautiful sounding choir. I love this choir. I use it, in compositions all the time. And you can see I'm just doing several octaves here, but nice soprano. And in the context of this piece, as we kind of stack and build. Right, so the solos into something where you add in more of those voices. These woodwinds, pretty, basic stuff, but sound great. A harp, really beautiful sound here. These lows, I didn't use it in this composition, but they're just piano lows. So usable stuff. The lineage ensemble, both this and the Luminous Trio is just, like your glockenspiels, your Celesta. There's some combo patches, but really usable. Really beautiful stuff there. So just in the context of the track is the solo, and then they build together. Moving down, we're into the warm ensemble. So this is starting to get into the string patches, and these are really, again, great. All the kind of a repeating pattern. These are all highly usable. So, you know, it's free. It's a no-brainer. Check out one of my other videos, the free orchestra that from Berlin, Orchestral Tools, Berlin Free Orchestra, and also Spitfire's BBC Discover Free Orchestra. You combine those with this, and you literally have something that you can really mock anything up with for free. You can't beat that. So these warm ensembles, mixing a choir with strings, right? Very usable stuff. The soltasto strings, these are, I love these. Right, just that little bit of great recording fidelity on these, very clean. The Sordino violins. In context of the piece, let's just give them a little listen. So we'll just do all the strings together, but. The short strings, you heard it there, but just, you know, very useful all the way down. The orchestra from violins to the basses. So it's, I use this short strings patch all the time in my compositions. I absolutely love it. That dystopian bow, very beautiful. Bombastic basses, these are really cool. They're velocity sensitive, so the harder you hit them, you know, there you just get like the bass, but if you hit it really hard, let's see if I can get a, my keyboard is, where are we? There we go. So you'll get the drum hit and a little piano in there if the harder velocity. So those are very, very, very useful. Pandora burst, same thing. So a lot of different texture there based on the velocity. More subtle, very aggressive. The wild winds, these I'm just using for like a drone. They have more of the, you know, clusters, rises. But for this case, I didn't really need that stuff. The heroic horns, these are, you know, not a legato. They're not longs. They're kind of marcato, but it's very useful. Especially if you talk about layering it with the bold legatos. So just. And, you know, there's other patches. I won't go through all of these. The haunting horns are useful. Pandora Panic, the 2D crescendo that I used. So just a nice little crescendo. Tongue in cheek is a little more, think of it, I don't know, I'd use it in like a animated type thing or a comedy or something, not a serious type way, but, you know, just combo hits of winds and stuff that not super useful in this particular case. The clusters, I'm just using it for that low hit. Film noir, same thing, some stuff that I didn't need in this score. The dystopian drones, I love these. Just nice little drones, really usable stuff. Tonally mapped. Get some really low stuff there. But yeah, so that's really it. You know, here at the end, I'll just take out, you know, these things I added, and you can hear it lacks the punch and the melodic lines. The legato really adds. So, you know, obviously it's just missing all that extra stuff. And so, while you could get that from a free library, you could use something like Berlin or BBC, but I choose to use some other Project Sam libraries, you know, some stuff from Strezov sampling, but just to hear that again in context. It's also worth noting that I'm really not doing any EQ on any of these channels, so these samples sound great right out of the gate. You can see my master bus. I just am doing some tape saturation, a little bit of compression, a little more tape saturation, so a slight EQing on the master, and then just a limiter. So that's really it. I hope this video was helpful. Like and follow for more if it was. And again, if you have any questions or anything you want to see in the future, just drop a comment below. Feel free to message me. The whole point of this channel is to create content that helps you and serves you in your composing journey. You don't have to pay thousands of dollars for libraries to start mocking stuff up and practicing and building your skill set. So for more of my scores, you can find all that info below. But take care. Have a great rest of your day or night whenever you're watching this one, and we'll see you later.